I'd like to know how it all started, where you come from.
Oh,
Where.
I'm from Berlin.
Yes, well.
And there it started, like for most of the people in for my generation, Germany, with breakdance stuff. Like it was called Breakdance Sensation '84. It was from this big youth magazine, Bravo. It was pushed a lot of them. There were people before. Like who started even like 80, 81, 82, but it's a generation before me. They came through the message from Grandma's the Flash, but my generation came from like through this typical Hey You the Rocksteady Crew stuff. And then shortly after that came the Run MC, Beastie Boys, Public Enemy. That was the first time when I saw it. That was music that I really wanted to have on my own, like to be inside of this culture.
Be a part of it. Okay. We know that you play with Jim Dunlop.
Yep.
You've been here in Portugal with him in Guard Club once, exactly. When did you meet?
The Jim moved from Düsseldorf, where he used to grow up originally, to Berlin. And I'm born in Berlin. I was always there. And for my birthday party, I performed like a funk set just with German funk stuff. And there was this one girl, Vivian. She wanted to sing this one particular song, aber der Novak lässt uns nicht verkommen, which is a really crazy. How I can explain, like this crazy girl at the time, like it was maybe it's like a song from the 60s or 50s. It's just piano and the singer. And the problem with it is that you couldn't sample the piano line. It was all packed with her lyrics. And so I told her, okay, we can do the song live, but you need a piano player for that, or at least somebody who will make the instrumental for you. Like really a piano player who plays it, and then we can play it. And she brought Jim. So he was a piano player. He already brought a hip hop version of this whole song already produced with it. So I was like, what? So fast. And yeah, we played, and just this one song. And afterwards, I played all the other funk stuff, and he kept playing on the piano and improvising over all the stuff. We did it the next day again, just on occasion. And from then on, we worked on.
You knew
that would be a perfect combination.
Exactly. That would work. Talking about the live shows, what are the main differences, well, apart from the obvious, playing with Jim or playing solo?
With Jim is like, it's more like a live performance, like you would go into a jazz jam session kind of. So you can play a lot of just raw breaks, for example. You fill it up, so you just don't have to play like the songs that is working for itself. You have him, you can arrange everything over it extra, so it fills up anyways. So you don't have to play like you play as DJ, you play song after song, kind of. But with him, you can really like live remixing. You can put in acapellas and beats, and he's filling up the rest. So it's an interaction.
Okay, and about the preparation,
there's no preparation.
It's
all
you
freestyle.
Don't prepare.
It's all freestyle.
Not even with.
We did it like when we began with the whole thing. We practiced half an hour show set with like known melodies shortly behind with the original playing, and he's playing it on piano, and then the original came big again. It was okay for the beginning, but after a while it was boring, so we never did a set again. The only thing we did it for our record release party at Hip Hop Camp. We did like a new arrangement just for the songs from our album. That's the only other set we ever did in this case.
And about the tracks, the track list. Are there essential tracks that you always play, or do you just go through the records and choose at the time?
It depends on the crowd. Sometimes you have to play the songs that people know. It matters. But I have particular songs that I play with Jim all the time, because it's like this is like routines we have. Like,
they work better.
Yeah, it's like he knows exactly at which point something coming. He's not improvising then after like 2-3 songs that he knows, and it's the same chain like before. And then we both know what to do at which point of the song.
Can you tell us like 3 names?
The Antic Anthem, our first Milk Crate release. And after that, we mainly bring the organ donor version. We have the instrumental version from the Lefty Soul Connection because of MPM Records. And then he can do the organ stuff over, stuff like that. Yeah, that's a typical routine.
The Mexican too? No.
Yeah, Mexican, but for Mexican, we have just play the normal sound. Improvise, not improvising, but he's putting stuff on top.
Okay, so you talked about Milk Crate and Melting Pot, but where did those opportunities came? I mean, did someone call you and said?
No, I called them.
It was.
You have to see that Olski, the owner of MPM Records, is like one of the first hip hop journalists in Germany, and that's why he knows me for a long time. I know him for a long time, and we went through different decades, developed different. He had his drum bass times at one point, and like from 90s hip hop stuff. Then did my first production, going into turntablism. Then we met through the funk stuff. He put his label on, and I had Jim, and it was at circa the same time. And then I called him that I have some stuff with Jim. Maybe you can release it at your label. And that's how it all happened.
Let's talk about your new album. When did you both knew that you were ready to release an album?
We did all the time. We did all the time 12 inches. Did like
singles.
Yep. We did 3 singles on the crate first, then put the Mexican out first on MPM, then put a 7 out, then remixes 4 with Funkel Lines, Kid Gusto. So it's like if you put all those songs together, it is an album actually, but with a lot of bootlegs and mashup stuff. So we have to do the same with our own stuff. So we have an album that is. It's a collection of what we're playing, kind of. Yeah, that's like our genre spectrum.
Okay. If you had to convince people to buy your album, what would you say?
It doesn't matter what you like music. There's something for you on it. There's a lot of different stuff on. A lot of heavy funk breaks on. There's raw hip hop stuff on. There's future jazz stuff on. A lot of stuff with singers. So there's definitely something. At least one song we will like.
That you like. Okay.
The problem is with the album culture nowadays, it's people downloading, not just for free, even if they buy it, they download the songs they like. So this is really this kind of a problem because you can't do like classic albums like before with skits between, because nobody would buy a skit for 99 cents or whatever. So like there were albums like De La Soul album, the first one, had so much skits and it was a whole project kind of thing. So you can't do this anymore. I mean you can, but it's hard to sell it, to tell people how it works, that you have to buy everything to check the work. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah, so this goes out to mscmtr, it's Marc Hype, MPM Records, Berlin. Check it out.